a vast majority of boaters have certainly recognized the Carver brand name. A brand name long associated with the cruising lifestyle and well known for their luxury cruisers and motor yachts. But in 2013, Carver adjusted their product lineup with a focus on cruisers from the mid-30s to 40 feet in length. So this week on Power Profile, we're going to take a look at a 2015 Carver C34.
The C34 is not the sleekest looking mid-30s cruiser on the water. Her look is purposeful, unique, and will have both fans and detractors. However, what you get is interior volume, space that can really be used. The integrated swim platform is at the ideal height for boarding from floating docks. 2 transom lockers hold gear and all shore power connections. A nice touch are these aft fender cleats. The cockpit in our tester had the optional cockpit seating, which could be skipped for the flexibility of deck chairs. The double tinted glass doors to the Salon both open and secure in place.
For a cruiser with an overall length of only 35.5 feet, including the swim platform, I'm really impressed with what Carver's designers and engineers have done to the layout of the interior of this C34. Here in the Salon, for example, it's quite open and spacious, lots of light and ventilation. They've also done a great galley that anybody will be happy with for prepping snacks to full-blown meals. Also, the settee has lots of room here for guests, comfortable space for dining, great sight lines to the exterior as well as the television, and if you need to sleep 6, there is an option to convert this for an additional berth.
Below decks, the huge flared bow translates into a large forward master stateroom. Features include a Queen Island berth, overhead and hanging lockers, 4 opening screen ports, and an overhead screened hatch. Options available include an entertainment system. A solid locking door opens from the companionway, revealing the starboard side guest cabin tucked under the galley. The cabin has stand-up room for changing and twin berths. A nice touch is the opening port. Portside is the head compartment with electric toilet, vanity with vessel sink, a shower stall with seat, vent fan, and acrylic doors. Molded steps to the side decks and up to the bridge ensure safe footing moving about. The bridge has an overhang with an available sun pad protecting the cockpit. Wraparound seating incorporating storage that faces a table make this a great gathering spot. The helm has a fully adjustable and swiveling bolstered captain's seat facing a large instrument pod. Our Test 34 had a Raymarine hybrid touch display centered, and Mercury vessel view and space for more electronics. Handling the C34 was a real pleasure with Mercury's digital throttle and shift and an optional bow thruster. By employing resin infusion, fiberglass encapsulated foam stringers, and other features, Carver has kept the weight down to 18,000 pounds, which explains her solid performance with 600 horsepower on tap from the Mercruiser Horizon inboards. The C34 ran steadily and quietly in all maneuvers and conditions uncounted on test day through wind gusts and increasing chop and wave action. Selecting single throttle mode on the Mercruiser DTS made running the Carver simpler. At 2,000 RPM, the C34 averaged 9 knots. A better cruising speed of 17.5 knots was obtained at 3,500 RPM. At this cruise speed, the handling was first rate through wakes even when entering a turn. At full throttle with the light load, she reached a very respectable turn of speed of 27.9 knots or 32.1 miles per hour.
Wrapping up the test here of Carver's new C34, I have to admit I'm quite impressed. Starting dockside, exploring everything down below, very, very impressive as to how much they've been able to fit into a 35.5-foot boat. The accommodations are great, the amenities are what they should be, and the option list is reasonable, so you don't have to drive the price up too high when you're purchasing a cruiser. Now out here on the water, the performance has been great. It handles the water really well, it turns tight, maintains its speed through the turns, and the performance from Mercruiser's Horizon 5.7 300 horsepower V8s with V-drives is really quite good. It's got a good turn of speed and a good solid steady cruise that's going to get you somewhere without burning an awful lot of fuel. So I think overall, in its basic package with a few options, Carver's got a real hit with the C34.